Okay, we're ready for the first question. This is round one. These are they're hopefully not simple questions for you. Question number one. It's an A, B, C, or D answer to this. Okay. So, which of these is a contract? A, an email from a production manager confirming start date, contract length, and rate. A, an email from production manager confirming start date, contract length, and date. B, a payslip. C, a packed contract. D, standing in a pentangle with a sacrificed goat. That's what they put. So A, B, C, or D. An email from a production manager confirming start date, contract length, and rate. B, a payslip. C, a packed contract. D, devil worship. Okay, so it's A, B, C, or D. Birds and blood? Yeah. Question 2. You wrapped at 9 p.m. on location filming, working for Britain's biggest unions for Channel 5. It's a 1 hour drive from London with no overnight. You're filming the next day in central London. What's the earliest your call time can be for the next day's shoot? You finish on location at 9. You've got a 1 hour drive from London with no overnight. You're filming the next day. What's the earliest time you can be called for the next day's shoot? You have signed a contract that contains a clause opting out of the European Working Time Directive. You have signed a contract opting out of the European Working Time Directive. What is the maximum number of hours in a 7-day week you can be asked to work by the production company? So you've signed a contract that's opted out of the European Working Time Directive. What's the maximum number of hours you can be asked to work by the production company? Is it A, 48 hours, B, 60 hours, C, 78 hours, D, none of the above because you won't be dictated to by Euro-Nazis? Hail Boris, hail Boris, hail Boris. Okay, number 4. You're a sound recordist working as a limited company who has been hired by a production company under a standing contract. Which of the following, if any, can you invoice for? A, VAT. B, overtime. C, holiday pay. D, your bar bill. Which of the following can you invoice for? If you are a sound recordist working as a limited company, with a standard contract, can you invoice for VAT, overtime, holiday pay, bar bill? Question number 5. When is a rest day not a rest day? When is a rest day not a rest day? A, when you only work 5 hours. B, when you're travelling to a shoot. C, you have the day off. D, when you're visiting relatives. When is a rest day not a rest day? A, when you're only working 5 hours. B, when you're travelling to a shoot. C, when you have the day off. D, when you're visiting relatives. A rest day, not a rest day. Right. The answers do go up on the Bet2 website, just in case you actually want to know and check and double check. Then they're on the website if you ever want to refer to them. Question 1, which of these is a contract? An email with a production manager confirming start date, contract length and rate. B, a payslip. C, a packed contract. D, the satanic ritual. The answer is 1 point each for A, B and C. All of them are evidence that you are operating under contract and as such gives you rights under contract law. So that means that you have to have a given notice period if your contract is terminated. So if you've got all 3 of those, obviously the contract with the devil is not true, because that's not a contract because it's a fictional character. So 1 point each for all 3. Did anyone get all 3? Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. And over there, great. And no. Question 2. You wrapped at 9 o'clock p.m. on a location of 1 hour drive from London with no overnight. You're filming the next day in central London. What's the earliest your call time can be for the next day's shoot? 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning. Because you have to have an 11-hour period between work at the end of the working day and arriving back at work the next day. So you've got a 1-hour drive, you've got 9 till 10, then you need your 11 hours. That's so 9 o'clock in the morning. 3. You've signed a contract that contains a clause opting out of the European Working Time Directive. What's the maximum number of hours in a 7-day week you can be asked to work? Was it 48 hours, which is A? Was it B, 30 hours? Was it C, 78 hours? It was C, 78 hours. Because the European Working Time Directive actually is there to prevent employers taking advantage of you and screwing you out of as many hours they can get. But you have to have an 11-hour turnaround between finishing and starting. So that is the maximum number of hours that you can be forced to work, because there's no other hours they can force you to work. That's how it works. Did anyone get that one? How many people got 78? Okay, a few, brilliant. Okay, that's great. Number 4, you're a sound recordist and you are working as a limited company, which has been hired by a production company under a standard contract. Which of the following, if any, can you invoice for? VAT, overtime, holiday pay, bar bill. The answer is A and B, VAT and overtime, but only if you're VAT registered. And as a limited company, you are your own employer, but those are the 2 things that you can invoice. Number 5, when is a rest day? Not a rest day. When you're working only 5 hours, when you're travelling to a shoot, when you have a day off. The answer is A and B. When you're working only 5 hours and when you're travelling to a shoot. Those are not rest days. So that's A and B. Did anyone get both of them? Yeah, great. Okay. Round 2. This is jargon. We're on to jargon now. What is NLB? What does NLB stand for? NLB. Question 2. What is a per diem? A per diem. What is a per diem? And there's a bonus point for if you can tell me how much it is, which is a bit of a clue for what it is. What is a per diem?
Per day.
You don't have to shout it out. It's lovely. In many ways, it's sharing and it's a collective spirit in the room, but you don't have to. It's lovely that you do. Question 3. What is toil/doil? TOIL/DOIL. What do they stand for? TOIL or DOIL? What does it stand for? What is the acronym? TOIL, DOIL. Okay, the next one, question 4. What is PLI? PLI. PLI. Question 4. Again, you don't have to share
If you didn't hear the answer, just get a bit closer.
Great. That's lovely. Question 5. What do the letters BEC2 stand for?
Okay, alright. Or you can bring the laptop.
NLB, no lunch break. NLB. By law, you're entitled to a 20-minute break in the first 6 hours work, and this should be away from your workplace. Over 6 hours requires a 1-hour lunch break. So NLB, that's what it stands for, no lunch break. Question 2, what is a per diem? That's what it is, a per diem. That's the answer. A per diem is a subsistent payment to cover the costs of life on the road. So it would be meals while shooting on location, not hotel accommodation. BEC2's rates, this is the bonus point. If you've got a per diem is the subsistent pay, you get given the pay, you get given, the rates are this. BEC2 rates are £6 for breakfast, £6.50 for lunch, £14 for dinner. If you got that, really well done. Doil, T-O-I-L-D-O-I-L, time off in lieu or days off in lieu. That's what that is. The final round, the final furlong for the 15 quid's worth of iTunes voucher and the goodie bag. The Bet2 goodie bag. It's almost like a blankety-blank checkbook and pen of the people sitting there. Okay, are we ready for the third and final round? You have invoiced the production company 30 days ago for £5,000 and you're owed that. And they've not paid you. What happens next? A. You keep emailing and praying you'll get a reply. B. You go to their office and seize equipment worth the value of your house. C. You call Danny Dwyer and ask him if he'll go round and have a word. C. No, that's not it. C. Keep hold of the only copy of the rushes you have on the drive. D. Contact Bet2 for advice and support pursuing them through the small claims court. Or E. Super glue the locks. I'll read that out to you again. You invoice them 30 days ago for £5,000. Do you A. keep emailing? B. Go to their office and seize equipment of the value of the outstanding invoice. C. Keep hold of the copy of the rushes. D. Contact Bet2. E. Find an imaginative way of punishing them, like following the chief exec home and staring at them as they drive. Standing outside their home with a coffee cup, shaking as the children run. Number 2. Question number 2. You have been offered a job as assistant producer, but they have asked for your unique taxpayer reference number. You've been offered a job as assistant producer. If you listened first time, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's a long time you're wasting. I've got work. Seriously, I have. I've got no work. But you've been offered a job as assistant producer, and they've asked for your unique taxpayer reference number. What happens next? A. Explain to your potential employer that you do not have a unique taxpayer reference. B. Register with HMRC as a self-employed sole trader to generate a unique taxpayer reference number. C. Contact Bet2 for advice. D. Say David Cameron is your accountant and you must be paid by chance. Question 3. You have worked for a production company on a number of occasions. They have offered you a job, but say it can only be taken up if you are a limited company. You've worked for a production company on numerous occasions. They've offered you a new job, but you can only take it if you're a limited company. That's what they're saying. What happens next? Do you register as a limited company and see your accountancy fees potentially triple? There's a clue in that answer. B. Explain that you wish to work for them, but only as a self-employed sole trader. C. Contact Bet2 for advice. That one does crop up a lot. You have been offered, this is question 4, you have been offered a job. You have quoted your rate, but the contract manager has emailed you counter-offering a rolled-up rate. You've quoted your rate, you've been offered a job, you've quoted your rate. Contract manager gets in contact offering you a roll-up rate. Do you A. accept the job, work as well? B. Explain that your rate is exclusive of holiday pay? C. Contact Bet2. D. Desire from a CEO. Well, let's see what the answer says. I'm putting Contact Bet2 as my one. Question 5, the last question in the last round. Question 5. You've contacted Bet2. Oh goodness, all the options that we could have had. Thank God you called them. And you've had the poster nearby, so you know exactly what you look for. You contacted Bet2 for advice. What happens next? A. The Bet2 rep will storm into the production company's offices, reading the Riot Act while singing the red flag. Difficult to do both things. B. The Bet2 rep will email the production company with a full account of your complaint, including your name, address, national insurance, date of birth, start sign. C. Your inquiry will be treated in strictest confidence. That's it. Okay, so I think we'll just cut to the answers. Okay, question 1. You're owed £5 after 30 days for work you've done and they've not paid you. You're owed £5. What do? Do you email them? Do you go to their office and grab the stuff or equipment to the value of that? But C, hold on to the copy of the rushes. D, contact Bet2. The answer is C. No, it's not. It is actually. It says C. It should explain. Although it might seem a good bargaining tool to hold on to the footage, you will be if you can be taken to court for intellectual theft if you keep the rushes. That's the thing. Seizing a company's property from an office is just plain theft. Apparently, I'm really glad that's cleared up. That includes everything like stationery. Even if you're not a member of Bet2, you can join with an existing issue, and as a member of Bet2, a representative will be able to give you advice and support through the process of making an application in a small claim court. So it's contact Bet2 is the answer. D is the answer, contact Bet2. Question 2. Rip-Off Media, that's what it's got written, have offered you a job as assistant producer, but have asked for your unique taxpayer reference number. Do you A, explain that you don't have a unique taxpayer reference, B, register with HMRC as a self-employed sole trader to generate a unique taxpayer reference, or C, contact Bet2? The answer is A and C. Always contact Bet2, obviously, that one's going to get, that looks like a good one. There are only certain positions that qualify you to be registered as self-employed with HMRC, and an assistant producer is not one of them. So you could actually, have you got that? Yeah? Or did they just tick all of them? If they ticked all of them, well, just give them, the maximum number of points is 2, apparently, so just give them 2. But then take 2 off for just hedging it. What happens next? You register as a limited company. Do you explain that you wish to work for them again, but only as a self-employed sole trader? Or do you contact Bet2 for advice? It's almost certain that C is involved in the answer. It's almost certain that C is there. C is B and C. You can explain that you wish to work for them again, but only as a self-employed self-trader. This sole trader, self-trader is something else. It says here, some production companies seem to be suggesting freelancers are prevented from working for them regularly unless they have become limited companies. There are no rules that state you must be a limited company to take that role, though, okay? So if you want to become a limited company, that's up to you. But you don't have to do it for the specific role there. Question 4. So that was B and C. You've been offered a job. You've quoted your rate. Contract manager says, you can have it, but we're offering you a rolled up rate. What happens? Do you accept the job? Work is work. Actually, do you know, do you explain that your rate is exclusive of holiday pay, or do you C, contact Bet2? The answer here says B and C, but I think morally you should include A because it's up to you as well. It's not the best decision to make, but it's all relative.
Depends on the difference. It's only a quid difference.
If it's only a quid difference,
you can take it.
yeah, if it's a quid difference, do stationery to make up the extra. Number 5, it's actually B and C is that answer. Rolled up rates are rates of pay that already include your holiday pay, are now illegal for freelancers who are not operating as limited companies. Okay? You should always quote your rate, making clear that it excludes holiday pay. Now, you've contacted Bet2 for advice. What happens next? Bet2 rep was stalled into the company, reading the riot act and singing the red flag.
Let's do it now.
Okay. What company? We are spoilt for choice. Soho is but on our doorstep. The BEC2 rep will email the production company with a full account of your complaint, including full name, address, telephone number, star sign, etc. C, your inquiry will be treated in strictest your inquiry will be treated in strictest confidence, and your name and details of your case will not be discussed with an employer unless you have expressly given permission. Anyone above 20? So, yeah, we've got, yes, you've got 1, 2, yeah. No, you haven't got above 20.
No, you didn't. That's what you did.
Anyone above 22? So one team with above 20. What's your score?
Sorry, we're 22, sorry.
You had 22, well 22, that's fine, you're 22. You are the winner. You've got above 22. You've got 22, and what score have you got? 22. You've got 22, it's a tie. Bam, bam, bam. This is, do you know what, if you get this, do you know, actually, this question is how many members does BEC2 have to the nearest 1,000? If you don't know the answer, I will say you've won. How many members does BEC2 have to the nearest 1,000?
14.
14?
Yeah.
14,000.
Yeah.
Very good, that's it then. How many do you say?
4,500.
4,500. You're both wrong, but you are nearest. The actual number is 28,000. It's 27,700, so nearest 1,000 is 28,000. You are the winners. So, second prize, brilliant. If we've got the second prize, there we have the second prize. It's a BEC2 goodie bag. Please give them a big round of applause. Please give a big round of applause for Okay, do you want to make the announcement?
Right, okay, I'm the bloke from BEC2 that I do, my name's Tom. You've all got a badge. If you've got one with an orange strip across, that means you're not yet a member of BEC2. If it's just plain white, you are, right? So, if those who have got the orange strip, they're not members of BEC2, you should have one of these given to you. Could you wave it in the air above you, please? If you've got it. You haven't got it. Now, those who haven't got one, it's important, I think, that you check that. Join now, because also you get, there is at the end of the day, and you'll go into it, another raffle. The prizes are an iPad Mini, right? That's the first prize, or maybe some will consider it a first prize, but maybe some will consider the next prize first prize. That is a signed, personalised box set of Ken Loach films from Ken Loach. Fresh from the palm door, and those that want to go and see him soon in the Channel 4 seminar, he'll be there with Peter Kosminski explaining their views on Channel 4. So that's the second prize. The third prize is a £25 iTunes voucher. There's a couple more iTunes vouchers at £15, I think it is. And I think we're just getting a course set up with Euroscript about script writing, 3-day course, free, if you win, right? So those are the prizes. They're all reasons to join, so you go into the raffle. The raffle is only open to BEC2 members, so join the union.